as the tears are flowing. This might be done and dusted it.
Game, set, match.
For large portions of this match, he gave this a really good go.
Look, like no one in the sport's had a wrist reconstruction and tried to play after that. If someone had this injury prior, if I could just go there and ask them, it's all an experiment at this point. You know, I was told I was arguably maybe not ever playing tennis again, so.
Nick Kyrgios, the Australian tennis star known for his electrifying style and controversial antics, suffered a devastating setback in Indian Wells. In his first-round match against Botic, Kyrgios was forced to retire in tears.
Game, set, match.
The wrist, the ongoing issue for Nick Kyrgios, and tears here on Stadium 1 tonight.
A visibly emotional Kyrgios sat on the bench, head in hands, as medical staff tended to him. The scene painted a grim picture of a player who has battled persistent injuries for over a year, with his future in professional tennis hanging in the balance.
Look, like no one in the sport's had a wrist reconstruction and tried to play after that. You know, there's been players that have had wrist surgeries and nowhere near as bad as what I've had. So I know it would be nice if someone had this injury prior, if I could just go there and ask them, okay, these are setbacks that you were having, or there's really no, like, it's all an experiment at this point. You know, I was told I was arguably maybe not ever playing tennis again. So I feel like I'm right there. I feel like I can compete. Like, you know, like this guy beat Alcaraz at US Open in straight sets, and I've got set points against him in the first set. Like, I'm there, but if I'm not able to finish matches, it doesn't really matter at this point. So I need to be able to, I'm not too sure right now. I'm not sure how it's going to pull up tomorrow. It feels relatively pretty sore at the moment. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Kyrgios, now 29, has been plagued by injuries in recent years. In January 2023, he underwent arthroscopic knee surgery to repair a lateral meniscus tear, forcing him to miss the Australian Open.
Look, I take it day by day. You know, even to get back on the court from the surgery I had was a miracle, to be honest. So, look, it's I just take it day by day, but I've done everything I can in my power to get back out on the court and have some success. So we'll see what happens.
Just months later, while recovering, he suffered a foot injury during an armed robbery at his home, further delaying his comeback. As he prepared for Wimbledon, a wrist ligament tear forced him to withdraw. This devastating injury required a complete wrist reconstruction, sidelining him for the remainder of 2023.
You know, after Australian Open, all I did was rehab, train, and then try and get ready for this tournament. And to have so much, you know, I was 2 days out of the tournament here, and I was having a great training session. And literally the second last point in my training session, I hit a forehand, I felt a sharp pain, and I had to stop playing. So, I mean, it's not ideal, but I guess, I don't know, we go back to the drawing board as a team, and we just try and figure out and navigate a way to just get through these matches. Like, I would have loved to be able to finish that match, even if I lose, just as a building block to say, okay, I went out there and was competing with a very good player, and I had chances and set points and break points. So it's like there's building blocks, but now if I'm not finishing matches, that becomes a concern.
Indian Wells was supposed to mark a fresh start, but fate had other plans. Despite experiencing discomfort during practice 2 days prior, Kyrgios chose to compete against Van de Zandschulp, determined to test his physical limits.
Oh yeah, I mean, I wasn't too confident that I was going to be able to play today, to be honest. 2 days ago in practice, I had to stop my practice because I felt pain in my wrist, but I felt like it was okay to take the court. And just, yeah, it got progressively worse. But yeah, I started feeling sharp pain in my wrist. So yeah, I mean, look, I thought the level was good, played some really good tennis, and was entertaining. First set, could have easily took that first set, but yeah, I just think, I don't know whether I could have done something different in my preparation. I don't know, but yeah, 2 days ago definitely set me back a bit, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kyrgios started strong, displaying flashes of brilliance with signature shots, including a no-look winner and 2 between-the-legs hot dogs that electrified the crowd. As the match progressed, the pain in his wrist worsened. Kyrgios lost his serve twice and fell behind. Visibly struggling, he called for a medical timeout. Tears welled in his eyes as he buried his face in his hands.
Well, he's looking pretty upset right now. As the tears are flowing, this might be done and dusted here. Kyrgios wasn't entirely sure where Van der Zandschulp was,
Ladies
but
and gentlemen,
here he is.
Mr.
And he will get the handshake from Kyrgios.
Game, set, match. Van der Zandschulp.
Ultimately, he couldn't continue and retired from the match. At the post-match press conference, visibly shaken, he was talking about his career in tennis and the eventual retirement.
Nick, sorry.
It's okay. You guys don't have to keep saying sorry. It's absolutely fine. I do enjoy playing this. I mean, this is all I've done since I was 7 years old is play tennis. So, yeah, I mean, these are the tournaments I wanted to play growing up. You know, I watched these events. So, yeah, like I want to go out there and I want to compete. Like I wouldn't be when I had the surgery 18 months ago, I wouldn't have, if I really didn't want to play, I didn't have to rehab. I didn't have to try and get back on the court. So I want to play. Like I knew that I was going to be in discomfort tonight after 2 days ago, but I took the court. Yeah, it's brutal, especially because I was having such a good year. I think that's what is painful for me, and I think that's, you know, the coach I'm here with this week, my physio, I keep talking about that year, and it's like you can't expect that anymore. And that's, I think, for me, what's a bit heartbreaking, is because I thought I figured it out. You know, I had an amazing season, literally knocking on the door of a Grand Slam, and then you just get pulled right back to, no, you're going to start from, you know, I'm literally don't have a ranking at the moment, was out for 1.5 years, and I'm trying to work my way back, but the injury was, you know, not ideal. But I think it's hard for me to kind of, I guess, not think about how good I was playing. Like, you know, and then, yeah, it's brutal.
Anyone else?
Does it just baffle you that as soon as things get right, something else goes wrong, and you just, I mean, and as you get to the stages, enough is enough?
I mean, look, like a lot of opportunities come since I've been injured. You know, there's a lot of things that have happened great in my life, and then amazing opportunities that have come, you know, me sitting out of the sport that have opened many doors as well. So I'm extremely grateful for those. But I mean, this is where it's all started, and none of this would be possible without tennis. None of what I can do for my family, myself, my team, the travel, none of it was possible if I didn't have the results I've had in tennis and who I was in tennis. None of it's possible. So it sucks, because I do enjoy, as much as I have had a love-hate relationship with the sport, and it makes me angry. Sorry. I want to play. Like I want to play, and I had the glimpses of it tonight with the crowds going absolutely ballistic, and I'm playing amazing, and I'm enjoying being out there, and the pain is just like, yeah, it's not great. So I don't know. I'll just keep looking forward and trying to do the right thing. Obviously, Miami's in the time frame for Miami's not ideal, but you know I was scheduled to play that, so I'll see how my wrist responds, and if not Miami, then I'll keep looking forward. I can't keep looking back and being disappointed. Otherwise, I don't know how much enjoyment I'm going to have in that.